All right. Super excited about our time together, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight, we're going to talk about something that's going to be a little bit different than the way you would normally think of it. And that is, we're going to talk about how you can leverage a t-shirt business to help you as a lead magnet, as a lead magnet. So the first things I want to talk about tonight before we get into kind of helping you to think about this is for each of you, I'm going to ask you to please write some things down. All right, let's start with the very beginning. So the first thing I want you to write down is this. Who are you? All right, I need you to write 5 things that represent who you are in regards to your business, in regards to your life, in regards to things that are important to you. 5 things that are important in regards to who you are. 5 things. Write it down real quick. Take a moment. Writing these things down, it's going to be important. You'll understand more about it later. But I want you to write down 5 things about who you are and how it represents you and how you show up. All right. Now, as you're writing this down, I want to kind of now explain to you kind of why this is pertinent and important. Okay. Now, as we all know, and those of you that have done trainings with me in regards to social media, we always talk about the fact that on social media, you need to be yourself, authentically you. And that's a part of what we're talking about. As we look at building your tribe and attracting people to you and using t-shirts as a lead magnet, you're going to need to understand and know who you are. If you don't know who you are, it's going to be a challenging piece for you to figure out how you're going to represent yourself in this space. All right. So you need to understand that as you are sharing things on social media, if all you do is just simply advertise, guess what? You're just like the spammers. You're just like the folks that are advertising the little sponsored posts that are showing up. And people don't want to follow someone that's a spammer, right? They don't want to follow or connect with someone that really isn't sharing things and sharing value. They want to connect to the person, the individual, who you are. That's what they want to connect to. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to share with you and show you how to begin to build your brand, because a part of this t-shirt design piece is your brand. This is an extension of your brand. And once you understand your brand, then you can actually attract your tribe. I'm going to clarify that again. Once you understand your brand, now you can attract your tribe. Because guess what? Your tribe is uniquely yours. So what I want you to understand is that the people that Patience will attract will be entirely different from the individuals that Angela will attract, who will also be completely different from the people that Sharon attract, who will and definitely be different from the people that Jamie attracts, right? Each of you will attract a different group of people based upon your uniqueness. You can't talk, your uniqueness, right? Your unique perspective, viewpoint, the way that you see the world, the way that you interact and you show up. That's going to be uniquely what happens that allows you to be able to attract and in turn be able to help others to get excited about who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it. That's what happens, right? And I think a lot of people sometimes they don't realize the power and the importance of I've got to attract the right people for me. I'm not here to attract the right people based upon who you think is important. I'm not here to attract based upon what the world thinks is important. I'm here to attract the people that are right for me, my tribe, my community. All right. And so I want to make sure that's what everyone is focused on. So hopefully you got your 5 things down. All right. And so now that you have your 5 things down, let's talk about what we're doing here. And I want to make sure you get this. You're going to build around those 5 things we're going to call it an avatar, all right? And when I say an avatar, I'm saying you're going to now say, who would be attracted to those 5 things I just mentioned? What's the ideal person that would see those 5 things and would actually like to kind of interact with, be involved with, do some things with this person who would be attracted to that? Who would I be able to attract based upon these 5 things that I've mentioned? And I want you to now choose. We're not going to focus in your mind's eye. Don't tell me, just write it down. At least 3 examples of the kind of people that would be attracted to the 5 things you wrote down. All right? At least 3 examples of the kind of people that will be attracted to the 5 things you wrote down. All right. So maybe, you know, I'll use one of my 5. One of my 5 is that, you know, I'm a happily married guy, right? So that's one of my things that I like to. You'll see it's in my bio on social media, right? I'm also a coach. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a Christian, right? So I have these different things that are important to me, and so so for me, I would say one of the people that I would attract is I would attract other entrepreneurs. I would also attract others that are attracted to happily married couples, right? So I can put down, so again, those are 2 examples of the kind of folks that I would attract to me based upon the things I just mentioned to you. So it's important for you, you've got to have in your mind's eye this clarity around who you are, and then also who it is that you're looking to attract. Because here's going to be an important piece for you. As we go through this process and I show you how to be able to design shirts and make it, the challenge that you'll face is that if you don't really know who you are and you don't really know who you're trying to attract, well, you'll design things that aren't really pertinent and they're not relevant and they won't actually matter for your tribe. And what's more important than anything else, because remember, this is a lead magnet. I keep on using that word. This entire business model is a lead magnet. So this is a lead magnet. Then the intention really now is to be able to get the right leads, right? So if, let's say you start making shirts and your shirts actually start attracting skinheads, is that who you're looking to have in your business? Are those the people that you were looking to attract and do business with? Is that who you wanted to kind of have as a part of your tribe? Is it the tribe you wanted to build, right? And so I want to make sure you are that. And I mean, I intentionally use a very drastic example, right? But I'm saying it so that you understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. Now, I know, listen, this is important. You can always say, I'll do this later. But I implore you to do it now, because if you do it now, it'll make it easier as we progress. Now, I sent a text message to each of you asking you to go ahead and sign up for something called Canva. Let me see a show of hands. How many of you were able to go ahead and get that done? Maybe you already had a Canva account. Awesome. So I want to make sure if you already have a Canva account, then great. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you now to go ahead and, based upon signing up for Canva, I'm going to ask you now to go ahead. If you downloaded the app on your mobile device and you're on a computer, then great. Use the app on your mobile device, because the app on your mobile device is fantastic, by the way. It's a really great app. Or if you want to do it on a computer and you have a way to be able to kind of see what I'm doing while you're doing it, maybe you can do a split screen, then do that as well, so you can set it up that way as well. So whatever is best, I want to make sure you have a way for you to be able to kind of have the information there so you're able to leverage it and use it while we're talking. Because if you're not able to do it while we're talking, unfortunately, it's going to make it hard for you to be able to effectively go through what we're going through together. All right. So hopefully everybody's got their Canva. Go ahead and log into your Canva account now, please. And I'm going to share my screen now. All right. So what I forgot to do, I'm going to stop sharing real quick because I want to make sure you're able to see. I did hit the share video content piece. Even though there shouldn't make any sound, but at least it'll make the content on the screen more clear. All right, so this is the Canva website. Everyone hopefully should be able to see that. You should be able to see the Canva website. This is the Canva website. Now, I want to make sure everybody gets this, because this is a really important piece for you to be able to understand. This platform here is remarkable. All right. This is a remarkable platform. All right. You can design all types of things here. All right. You can actually make everything from flyers, documents, presentations, social media posts, videos. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's a lot that you can do. And it has them scaled. So you can do a square for social media posts. an Instagram story, but here's the best part. You can create a t-shirt. And I love that this is going to allow you to be able to create a t-shirt. And that part, that's what's going to make it so fun for us tonight. You're going to be able to now make and be able to see it, do the t-shirt. So that's going to be huge. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on here where it says create for a t-shirt. Let me know if the boxes, if for some reason the boxes of you all on the side are blocking any of the screen. I want to make sure you're able to see the entire screen. So it says 14 by 18 inches. All right.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Which area did you find that?
Right here under you might want to try.
Yeah,
Okay.
why don't you show that?
Now keep on rolling over, because what will happen is, since I make t-shirts on a regular basis, it comes up early for me. The things that you use most, as with all AI, it'll kind of bring things up. So just go here where you want to try, and just go ahead and scroll all the way over until you find t-shirt.
Yeah, no, I scrolled all the way, it wasn't there.
All right, so at the top, search t-shirt. Right here where it says, what will you design today? Type in t-shirt. I'm gonna do it with you all so you can see me type it in. See, it says t-shirt right there. And that's 14 by 18. Everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, just tap on that. Now, here's the cool part about this platform, all right? What I love about this is that it's going to allow you to be able to get a bunch of different templates that it naturally automatically has. Now, here's what's important about this for each of you to understand. As this is being created and set up, this is a really easy tool for you to use because of the templates. And that's the part that I think I enjoy most about this. Now, the automatic templates that already have names next to them, you can just edit and play with those. But this is what I do every time. I always hit create blank. All right. So go ahead and hit create blank on the screen. And look, and you see right here, it has different like options: business, social media, education, video marketing. It has a bunch of options. But I don't use any of the filters. I intentionally go ahead and go straight to create blank. All right, so go ahead and tap on create blank. I want to make sure everybody's with me there. Hopefully everybody was able to hit create blank, and you're now in that section as is uploading. Now y'all aren't gonna believe this when I say this, but I literally just upgraded my internet, and it's still slow as I don't know what. Just upgraded to the whatever that the highest version they have, the terabyte, whatever the heck it is. So crazy. All right. So now here's the cool part. If you're on your computer, it'll be on the left side. It'll have a bunch of examples that you can leverage and use. If you're on your phone, when you tap on the option for you to begin to start designing and adding something, those will pop up automatically for you to be able to access. All right. But what I want to do tonight is I want to use the templates, because what you can see here is you got all these templates that are already pre-designed that you can simply edit or play around with. Now, let me help you understand something. Some of the images that you see here are actually pre-designed, and you can't edit the words or the design of it. You may be able to edit the background or whatever, but they already have it here. And as long as it's on, it has a little crown on it, it means that it's part of the pro functionality, meaning that I pay extra for me to be able to get access to that, right? And as long as it doesn't have that crown next to it, anyone can use it. So you can go in and create and edit this one. You can go in and create and edit any one that you see there that doesn't have the crown next to it. This one right here. They're all editable, that you can play around with them as long as it's not an image itself, okay? So what I want you to get with this is and I'll play around. I'm gonna intentionally choose one, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to scroll through, and I want you to choose one yourself. Choose a design that's already pre-made, and what you'll notice is if there's a picture in it, then you know that the picture's been integrated. But I want you to go ahead and just choose one that, for whatever reason, actually resonates with you. All right? And you can see all these, there's all these different things that are here. Go ahead and just simply choose one that resonates with you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tonight share with you how simple it is. Because as you can see, you got things that are already pre-made. So it's not hard for you to go ahead and take something. Like I'm going to take this one right here where it says, always never give up, stay strong. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me, but always never give up. That's not really a sentence that I would necessarily use. But I'm going to take that version and I'm going to edit that. All right. And everything will be okay. As another example, you can kind of play around with it and whatever, but I'm going to use this one tonight. When you tap on it, it enters into the screen now. So it's editable. All right. Now, here's what's cool about this. You can edit all aspects. As I touch on it, you see how it turns purple? I can change the line. I can change the words. I can move, make it bigger, smaller. I can edit all aspects of this. I'm able to now play around with this and adjust everything. So what do I mean by that, right? So I'm going to make this bigger so it's a larger image on my screen, right? What I mean is I can tap this line right here and I can choose to change the color of this line. Let me move you also out of the way. Let's see here. I can tap on it. Hold on. All right. And what I'm able to do is I can play around with this and change the color. Change the color from white to, somebody throw a color out for me.
Orange.
Orange. All right. Awesome. Change it to orange. See, I just tapped on it. I literally just tapped on the color that it was, chose the color, and it changed. And it doesn't matter. You can, all the colors are there. You can tap on, you even have examples of gradients. So if I want to have an orange with a gradient on there, I can use that. All right. These are all set for you. What I want you to understand is that this designing and making shirts does not need to be complicated. You can play around with whatever. All right. So tonight I'm going to change the verbiage on this. All right. So you have orange there. And I'm going to change the verbiage on this. And I'm going to take that where it says always. And I'm going to change the words to, all right, somebody give me a word, any word, throw a word out there. Don't make it hard, it doesn't matter. I'll play around with it. Any word.
Push.
Positive.
Positive. All right, give me another word. Doesn't matter. Don't worry if it makes any sense.
Believe.
Believe. Somebody give me another word.
Push.
Push. Somebody give me another word.
Now.
All right, awesome. All right. So you can literally adjust, and you just, as you saw, all I did was tap on it, right? It came here, I double tapped, and it covered the entire word, and I was able to change the word, right? Now, here's the cool part. At the top, it has the font, so you can change the font. It has the size of the word, so you can change and adjust how big or small it is. And then it has the colors, and it has a number of things. I can change it from being centered to off to the side. I can put bullets or numbers. I can change the spacing and make it closer or further away from the other words. It even has effects where I can actually take the effects and I hit effects, and effects allow me now to be able to add a shadow behind it. I can switch it. I can play around with the effects, and I can actually have it so that it has like an outline. I can have it glow. I can play around with it, and I can have it so that it has, like, you know, a variety of different things that it'll do based upon what I want to do, however I want to play around with this, with these effects. All right. And then here's the cool part. I can adjust the thickness. How thick is that going to be? Is it going to be big or small? Is that going to be thick or whatever? I can change the offset. I change it, adjust it, have it to be a close offset or a far off offset. I can change the direction. I want to have it over here. I want to have it there. Whatever I want to do, I can adjust it. And I can change the color. If I want to change the color of it, I can adjust my color to black, which doesn't make any sense to do. Orange, light orange. I can make it white. And I can continue to go down and play with other colors if I wanted to do other colors with it, right? I can play around. What I like about this is that things are customizable. So you're in a position to customize and change and adapt a lot of what happens. And that's what I like about the effects for these. You can play around with and do a lot of things with the words to make it customizable to you based on what you want, right? And that's the cool part, right? Everything that isn't an image is customizable, right? I can, as I mentioned the lines before, I can change the line. You had one of them orange. I can go back in here and I can turn one of those to purple, all right? I can go ahead and take the word push and double tap on push. Once I can get it to cooperate. And then when I choose, all right, when I choose push and it actually works, I can actually now change my color to whatever color I want to change it to. Change it to purple. And here's the cool part. It can change all of them if I wanted to. Like, I love the fact that it will take and change all of them if I wanted to. Oh, there it goes. All right, now it's working. It wasn't working at first. Come on. Change it, push. Make it the purple. Oh, I forgot. I got to highlight it. All right. Now push is purple. All right. Right. So, and then again, so what I like about this is I can adjust this, right? So you have this line, and the line is thick right now. I can play with the line style, and I can make the line weight heavier. I can make it thinner. I can make it a dotted line. I can make it extra dotty. I can make it like little tiny dots. There's all these things I can do. I can even round the ends of it if I wanted to, right? So there's a lot of, when you look at this thing, there's all these different capabilities that you have for each one of these things that you're playing around with. So you're able to now adjust and play around with things. That's why you see some dots here. You see some things. Everything is customizable. And that's the most important thing to pay attention to. You can customize all aspects of this. Now, what I love about this is that I'm able to play around with this and do so much. I can now go to the fonts. Let's say I want to change my font. I don't want to keep that same font. I want to actually now get a different font. I can change it to that font. Give it a second while it does it. I can change it to this font. And again, here's the key for you to pay attention to. It all depends on, if it has a crown next to it, it means that you're paying for it. So it'll still do it for you, but it'll then at the end say, hey, listen, you need to upgrade for you to be able to get access to this, for you to get that, use that design, all right? And like, again, everything right now that I've showed you is free, but you can choose to go ahead and if you want to pay for the service, I pay a monthly fee for it, so I'm able to now have access to all these different components, right? And so you're able to play around with it. Now let me show you, because you just saw how that kind of got crazy and got really big, right? In the corners of it, it allows you to make it bigger, make it smaller. On the sides, it allows you to stretch it out, where you can actually have more space for more words. So when you saw it got really big right there, I could play around with it. So now you're able to really play around with this and adjust and adapt it based upon whatever it is that you want to do on that image, all right? Any questions about what I just did? I want to make sure you have a clear understanding, because this is going to be an important piece to you designing and making your own design, all right? Because this is going to be, when you get this is not complicated. What I did was I played around with y'all right here in front of me, but I'm going to go in and you're going to watch me now. I'm going to actually design a shirt in front of you step by step and go through the whole.
Do a new one.
Yep. Yep. All right.
What I noticed is like some of the templates, they have actual pictures. So if it has an actual picture, that is not editable.
Correct. That's what I was saying. Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. So the image itself, if it has a picture, the picture, you can't do anything to change it. And there's some little things you can do. but I'm going to show you something that's going to be kind of neat, because what I like about this platform is that it really has some cool stuff. So I'm going to go back.
But Tiff, what is the monthly fee that you pay for?
I think it's like $10 a month, something like that, maybe $15 a month for me to have the whatever. And I think there's a way to do an annual one as well. I know it's,
start a new one. Get rid of that. Start fresh.
oh, I'm about to. I'll just
for the old people.
All right. So any other questions before I go? And I was just kind of making sure I give everybody a chance to ask any questions before I go to now step by step. Anybody have any questions about what you just witnessed, you just saw, how I did it? Any questions about any of that at all? Because I want to make sure you understand what just happened and how you can do it too.
I'll have to play with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what I want you all to do right now is I'm going to now go back. Let's go.
Can you move the menu out of the way where it says stop share?
Huh?
Can you move the menu out of the way?
At the top, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you are screen sharing now. Stop share.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can move that down. Is that better? Does that help?
Yes. Thank you.
Hey, Parina, what's up? How you doing? All right. So again, once you've selected the t-shirt, as you can see, mine is right at the beginning. It'll be right there for you to use. So I'm going to start with the first one. I'm going to go ahead and tap on create t-shirt, or blank. And what I'm going to do right now, after I showed you all how to do one from a template, I'm going to actually start from completely scratch. All right. Now, why I'm starting from scratch is because I want you to be able to see something and understand some of the capabilities that this has, right? One of the capabilities is that you actually have a library of images and things that you can leverage. And that is huge. Like I love the fact that you can leverage and actually have access to a whole bunch of content that you can like utilize to help build, right? So if I want to start from scratch, you'll notice that for me, there's nothing here. I have a whole menu on the left-hand side. Elements, text, brand, uploads, draw, projects, so forth and so on. Go ahead, Sharon, before I move forward. Gotcha.
Okay, I apologize. I'm still on the home page. Where did you go to get here where you are now?
Sure. You need to go to t-shirts. So you either can search if you have, for me, it comes up automatically because I'm always making t-shirts. For you, you might have to type in the search at the top of it, type in the word t-shirts in the search piece in the homepage, where it'll say something to the effect of search content on Canva. You see that?
Okay, mine says design and print t-shirts.
Yeah, there you go. Just do t-shirts. Yep, yep.
Okay, now create a blank t-shirt.
Correct. Yep. And you should now have a little page that pops up that kind of looks sort of like this. It has, but for you, it'll have access to a couple other things that you can leverage.
Okay, yes.
You good? Yep.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right. So like I said, on the left-hand side, like I said, it'll have all these templates. We're not using templates this time. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna hit the word text. When I hit text, it gives me different options for me to use. It comes with examples that I can actually utilize. I can actually leverage these examples where it's already kind of done some things with it that you can leverage and use. All right. For my purposes today, I'm not going to use any of these, but I'm showing them to you so you can see them because I've used some of them before. So they're really great because they're already preset and all you got to do is adjust and change and play around with them and, you know, adjust the sizing for it to work. I'm just going to use a regular text box. Now I'm doing this on purpose so you all can see how this looks. All right, hit the text box in the middle. Text box is going to add, and I'm going to say, I believe in you. Now I'm intentionally doing it a certain way because as you can see, it's just a small box right now, right? I take the corner right here on the side of it. I drag it out to have it fill up the space. Now look, notice something. You see that pink line through the middle? That's your centering tool. If you want to center it, you see that? Now it's totally centered. There's that cross across the both ways. It's now totally centered. Everybody see that? All right, that's the way that you center it to get it centered. Now that I've centered it, I'm going to do something crazy, and I'm going to get rid of I, and I'm going to get rid of you. And I'm going to now go back to text. Type I, go to font. And what I like about this is that I now can choose one of my fonts. And I want you to see this. It kind of gives you options: handwriting, corporate, display, sans script, bold, calligraphy, yada, 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 brush, funky, right? For my purposes tonight, I want to go with futuristic. I want to go with brush. And it'll give me all the fonts for brush. And I'm going to play with a couple fonts. I'm going to go back to, I kind of like the funky, that one. Nope. What was the one I saw that I liked? I saw one I liked. Was that one? Yeah. All right. All right, so I've got the word I there that I'm going to use. I'm going to now change the color. We'll go do some effects with it. Adjust the color behind it. All right. Take believe. I'm now going to change the font for believe. Nope. What I like about this is that I have all these different options to choose from, to play around with and see what I like, and just kind of tap on them to kind of have them fit like the way I wanted to fit. Go to effects. Come on, where am I? Showing. As y'all can see, what I'm doing is I'm just basically adjusting and playing around with it for me to be able to now kind of pick and choose how I want to do it, what I want to do, how I would do it. I don't want it all caps actually. Myself. That's it. All right. What I like to do. Oh, the eye. Sorry, the eyes annoy me. Nope. I want a big eye, but I don't want that either. Nope. You go back to the top, it'll show you what you've already used. All right. Next, I'll go to elements. And cool part about elements is that with elements, you can add in anything you want to add that you're looking for, right? So it'll have, as you can see, little bubbles. It'll have hearts, right? It'll have designs, little polka dot things, stars. I mean, it's all there, right? So you can search and look for a kind of element, right? So in this case, I'm going to put hearts. Oh, caps, that's why it's right. And now I can it has a bunch of graphics that I can see, and I can go through and pick a graphic I like. I'm going to use this one. Yeah, this one. And then I can position that to the back. And now that's behind everything. And then if I want to add some other things, I have hearts there. Let's say I want to add in another element. And I want to take someone's picture that I have. Oh, use me. And I want to remove the background from that picture. I go to edit image. I hit background remover. And then all I need to do now is do transparency. And I can adjust how bright I am in the background. And there now you have, this is a crazy looking picture t-shirt I would never wear, but there you go. That's a, but I wanted to show you a bunch of different functionalities you can use, right? Where you can do different things and play around. You can pull images in. You can adjust where the letters are. Like you see this eyes on top of the belief. So it's, and you can adjust the positioning. You can pull graphics in because they have a full, what I love about this, all the elements that they have in here, you can leverage and use. As long as there's images in here, you can use it. So I love the fact that I can pull from full-on images and pictures and graphics to clip art that I can leverage. So there's all kinds of stuff that's here that you can pull from to do little things to kind of add to what you're doing to kind of accentuate or create whatever. And here's the crazy part. They even have mock-ups. This is nuts. I think it's crazy. And what that means is after you've designed the shirt and you've made it, you can now take a mock-up and put the design in this mock-up, which is crazy. And now it looks like you have someone, a model wearing your shirt. All right, so you can have samples. You want to show some folks samples of what the t-shirt looks like. You have mock-ups on it, hoodies, whatever, mock-ups on it. It's crazy. I just think it's nuts that they have these mock-ups. The mock-ups to me are just nuts. I love the mock-ups. So that's that. It's all in this platform, right? So you see the people. I think that's cool. Apparel, you can have examples of mock-ups so you can see folks wearing your stuff. Put the shirt on, it'll actually put the design that you've created on that person so that you can see them wearing your stuff. It's already there for you. All right. So what I love about this is this is weirding me out because it looks really weird, crazy. But that's so I've made this shirt. All right, I've designed it. Now it's time for me to actually go ahead and put this shirt somewhere where I can actually use it, right? Where I can upload it for me to be able to share this to whatever platform, okay? So here's the process that you need to use to be able to upload and create the design, get the design. On the top right corner, it will say share. hit share. And then when you hit share, it'll say download. Click on download. Now, when you click on download, it will give you options. Keep it as a PNG. It's the best way to share the file. Now, if you're going to be wearing, it's going to be a big image that you're going to have with a lot of graphics and stuff on it. You'll notice it says size. Take the size all the way to 3 if it's going to have a lot of graphics, a lot of detail to it. If it's just some words or whatever, it's really simple, then you don't need to do that. But if there's going to be a lot of things and it's going to be busy, take it all the way to 3. Okay. Now, the last piece that's really important is transparent background. You need to hit the word transparent background. What that does is it doesn't take the color of the image and now download that. All right. So I'm going to download and you all will see I'm going to stop. This is now look at this. You see how they already have it there? There goes my design of my crazy looking shirt on a example where you can buy it straight through them and send it to the printers for you to try it out. But what I'll show you next week will tell you more about that later, right? But let me do this real quick. I'm gonna hit stop share. Give me 1 second, so then you can actually then see how it shows up on my screen. This is the graphic that actually came from me that I'm able to now use, that you would then have, that has no background, that you can place on any color shirt you want to place it on. And when we show you next week the shirts, that's what it looks like. Now that's a crazy looking, insane looking design, but I had fun with it, just showing y'all the different functionality, and I will be quickly deleting that crap. But that's kind of helps you to understand what it kind of the process of what it looks like to play around. You don't need to make this complicated. You saw I kind of play around, did all kind of crazy stuff with fonts. Listen, choose a font that you like that kind of works with you. Choose themes and concepts that work for who you are, and just use it. Now, and just kind of put those on your as your design. I encourage you to start simple. It doesn't need to be really complicated. Start really simple. Have a design that goes across the front, just a few words, say a saying, and just start there simply. Really simple, right? Where you don't need to do all that extra stuff, but you have the ability to play around with the fonts, play around with the effects on the fonts. That's the best part, right? Because you can take a font and add some background to it, make it whatever, and that's what you do to get your phrase and statement across. Because what I would encourage you to start with is saying things. I encourage you to say things. You can add graphics and add all these other things in later, but I encourage you to say things. That's where you start. Now, I'm going to show you one last thing that you can do, and I'm going to tell you to use this precautiously, right? Use this precautiously, right? So let me share my entire screen. This will share. Safari. Okay. So the other piece that you can do that you may not realize, that's kind of cool, right, is you can go to Google. Now you have to be very careful about this, right? Because with Google, you can find an image and that image may be copyrighted. Now, let me just help you understand. If an image has been designed by you, you don't have to worry about any copyright, anything like that. You don't have to worry about that, because the moment you design it and you put it somewhere for others to see it publicly, you automatically are entitled to copyright laws. Automatically. Now fighting it's a whole other conversation, but that's an important piece to recognize. So what does that mean? It means that if I go on here and I say, I type in on Google, let's say love, type word love, and I hit images, and I choose anything that I see here, right? This one, see it, this one, any of these that I see here, any one of these images that I utilize, that I may choose to kind of say, oh, you know what? I want to be able to I want to put this on my shirt, right? I take this image and I then decide to download it, right? I decide I'm going to download this image and I want to go ahead. On my phone, it's a lot easier to download than it is here. Let me see if I can find a way to do it here. Because on my phone, I just hit the download button and it downloads it. It's not as easy on the computer. All right. So that's why I typically download it on my phone. But when I save the image, right? If I choose to save this image and I choose to, what I typically do is I then take the image, I just drag this image off of this page and put it on my computer, on my desktop. And now the image is saved on my desktop, right? And so then when I go back here and I then say, this is important, so I didn't tell you how to do this. I then say, I want to go ahead and upload. I hit upload. I hit upload file. It's on my desktop. So I tap on it, upload it. It will slowly upload here. And once it uploads, I can just drag this over to the image. And I want you to see something. I can actually move it in different places and shift it wherever I want to put it, right? And if I'm using a template, it will actually replace what I had. Like you see, I just replaced my image. It can replace the image. So be careful that it doesn't automatically replace your image because it'll do that. All right, see, I just took the whole background. It can replace your entire image and be the whole background. So I can have that as the background. And I can now have that as the background of my shirt. Now, this is the key. Understand that when you're utilizing other people's images, how you use it matters, right? So some things and some images are not going to affect you because you can kind of use aspects of it. And if you use aspects of it, it's still fine. But just recognize that you're using someone else's image. And if you're looking at going like full scale and you're selling like 1,000 or 100,000 units and all of a sudden you're marketing on all these other platforms, that's when it becomes a problem. When you're doing it small scale, no one cares. It's not a big deal. It's not going to be an issue for copyright. But it's when you're going to take that image and use it as it was originally created, that's when it's an issue, right? So you see how I have it as the background there? It's there. You can use that. And then if I want to play around with it, I can always edit the image like we talked about. If I want to remove the background front, I can. There's all these other pieces that I can do to play around with this and to adapt it. Now, I'll say this. Here's the really cool part. If I take this and I take that image, right? And I say that I want to magic edit it. And I say, I want to have these hearts. I now want to add flying doves. And I hit generate. Give it a second to do it. This is all AI, by the way, because that's the beauty of what I love about what we're doing. AI now has changed the game. You see that? I just wrote add flying doves and it added some doves in. That's what AI does. So that's the cool part about AI. And you have 4 options you can choose from. Which one you like, or you can generate again and make an adjustment. Whatever the prompt that you put in there will adjust it accordingly. All right. All right, y'all. So I've taken enough of your time. What I want to do real quick is quickly give a chance to, if anyone has any questions, because it's already 8:30 and the clock is ticking. So I want to respect your time. Any questions that anybody wants to answer? And what I encourage you to do is play around. So now that you've seen me do these things, you can play around. And what I want you to do by the time we see each other next week, or whatever we decide we're going to meet, I need you to go ahead and at least have 1 or 2 designs that you've created that we're going to upload into your site and teach you how to be able to have your site. We'll set your site up for you next week. All right. So just play around with it. Don't. I don't want you to take hours on end because it can become very addictive. I'm gonna warn you in advance. You start playing with this, and the next thing you know, you turn around, you will have been on this for hours because it can get fun. But just create a few simple designs that you're going to use, and then you're going to download them and have them on your computer for us to be able to upload next week. So I'm gonna take this question, and then we're going to schedule our next session. Go ahead, Sharon. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Sorry.
Is the recording going to be available? And
Absolutely.
And secondly, I've already accomplished so much because I know that we have, you have encouraged us to use Canva before, and it was just not, I don't know. I didn't enjoy it, but while you were designing, I actually came up with a little design. So to have accomplished that much on Canva is a win for me.
Congratulations. Absolutely. Congratulations. Well done, bravo. That's the goal. The hope was that you all would be playing around with this as well as I was playing around with this, so that it gives you a chance to kind of do some stuff and make some designs. So the way it works, the way that this is set up is that if you want to have access to the full replay, there's a fee that will be associated to have the full replay. That's so we can talk about how much that is if folks are interested in taking advantage of that. And then if folks are like, hey, listen, I want to have a night, you can do it that way as well. You can set it and say, hey, I want to get this night recorded and so forth. So that's all there for you to be able to leverage and utilize to get access. So it's all based upon how you want to, you want to use it. If you just want to get a couple of nights here and there so you can actually have that, or you want to pay for the whole replay, you get the whole replay that you can pay for as well. So it's an option for you to choose. Before we get to those details, let me answer these two questions and then we'll schedule next week's session. Go ahead. I don't know who had it first. We'll go to Jamie, then we'll go to Patience. Patience. All right, go ahead, Patience.
Me, okay. How do you, so like Sharon here, I was playing around like you were playing around, and I have a design that I want to save.
Yep.
I want to upload it to do a feature.
It's
And
automatically saved in your Canva account, which is cool. So once you every time you make the design, anytime you edit it, it automatically saves. So it's saved there. If you want to download it to your device, you'll go to the spot where I said where it had the share and choose download. And again, make sure you download it with the transparent background. That's an important piece. Otherwise, it'll bring the color that you had and it'll save it on your device. It'll download.
I guess my so like I was doing it on my computer because I have two screens. So wait, just one more time, like because I had two ideas that I was working with, so I did like 2 pages.
Yep, and they're automatically in your account. Canva does not delete it. So unless you replaced it and went over it, if you had 2 different pages, Canva saves everything that you start and finish. So this little garbage that I just made, it'll save that. The crazy one I did earlier, it'll save that. It saves it all there for you, and it doesn't do anything unless you delete it. If you remove and delete it, that's when it'll be removed from your account. So if you go back to the beginning, to that first page, you'll see designs that you've already made are there waiting for you that you've been playing around with.
But how do I go back to it? Like, let's say I log Canva, like.
All right, you're gonna go back to, so you can log back into your Canva account if you went out of it, or if you're still in the design section, what you'll do is you'll tap on the 3 lines at the top left corner of your screen. It's like a hamburger thing next to file. Tap on that, and when you tap on that, it'll give you an option to go back to home, and you go back to home and see your designs.
Okay, so like I've said save. Oh, I guess it has saved.
It automatically saves it for you.
So if I go back to the home screen, you're saying I will see what I've already done?
They'll be there. It'll be there to where if you scroll down towards the middle of the page, you'll see what you've already designed. So let me do it on mine real quick so you can see it. Hold on. All right, so I hit the 3 lines here on the left.
Uh-huh.
And then you'll see here it says home as the option. And if you notice on the screen, it shows you what I've been working on. So the two things I designed, that positive one we did earlier, and I believe in you, they're both already there. I can tap on either one of them right here. They're already here available for me to see it. If I go back to home, it'll first take me to the beginning stages of making a shirt. Or in this case, it takes me all the way back to home. So it depends. And if I scroll down, it'll be there. The designs, once it loads up, the designs will be there at the bottom of a little further down on my screen. Whatever you've been working on will show up. All your projects will show up in kind of like an order here that you can see them.
So let's say, because like I said, because I wasn't sure if it saved it. Let's say I want to make 2 different shirts, because the way it's designed right now, it's like it's putting one part in the front and then one in the back. Like
Right.
how
So,
do-
oh, I'm so glad you said it. Thank you for asking that question. How do you make two separate, like the front and back, right? How do you do that, right? So,
well, I made it by accident. I'm trying to.
yeah. So
I
all you
want,
got to do
I
is,
want to take what they're saying in the back and make it a separate T-shirt.
yeah, you can. You can actually just go ahead. Y'all see my doves in this one? That's so funny. So you hit add a page, that gives you a second one. If you want to take what you did, what I would encourage you to do is just, it gives you an option where you're able to duplicate the page and just duplicate the page. See at the top here, there's 2 little squares, duplicate page, duplicate the page, and it'll be a second page that you'll have right there. So you can then have it as a separate shirt within this little section. So you can have multiple shirts all in one little section that you have things where you can.
Oh, okay. So each page is a shirt.
Each page can be a shirt because it's going to be one side of a shirt. It's not going to be, however you do it. You'll download them each individually so that you're able to, and you'll see that when we next week, once you guys have kind of played around with stuff, you'll see me show you how to do more of the downloading side of it. So you're able to kind of download it in certain ways. How do I download if I have multiple designs all in one section, and so forth and so on. I'll play around with that with you all. All right.
Okay.
Cool. Yep. All right. Back to Jamie.
Can I share my screen?
Absolutely. Hold on one second. Let me stop sharing. And then give me 1 second here. You should be good now. Oh, that's nice.
So, but I didn't do the ball, the globe,
Okay.
right? So how do I, because it came with their
Came with-
designs.
Yep.
Is this the thing that I can't change?
Yes, that's the example. So if it's an image, you can't
Yeah.
take the image out. Now here's the funny part.
Okay.
You can still get that same look you're looking for with the circular thing, because that's how they set it up. You can still
Mhm.
do it. You just have to do it in there's a way to do it with your font. So you can I can show it to you later, but there's a way to be able to go
This
around.
right here, circle.
Yes, there you go. Yep, circle frame. So you can go in and actually have it set up so you can go through and have the words wrap around in a circle. But you can actually shape the words around to do it. So yeah, absolutely.
So I was looking for,
And do something. Tap on this for me.
yeah, what,
Tap your picture.
this?
Double click on it. All right. Tap it again. Tap the whole thing. Double tap.
I got an idea.
Because there may be a that's nice. There may be a way to separate the things, but maybe not. I can tell you more about it. We can play around with that some more later.
But, that's why I asked, is this one of those cases? That you
Yeah.
can't-
But sometimes it's like they put the pieces together and you can disconnect them. So sometimes there's a way it puts multiple pieces together and there's a way for you to disconnect it. So it depends. But I can show you a quick trick.
Yeah.
All right. So go to elements, left-hand side,
Oh, okay.
choose circle.
This is one I wanted.
That's what you want. Choose circle. Go see what's not there. You see what it says shapes?
Oh,
Shapes.
yes.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, you can do that too. Just tap on the circle.
Main one?
Doesn't matter. All right, go ahead and cover up the whole space, the whole image you want to hide. Use the yeah, I would use the corners. I would
My hand ain't that steady.
Yep. You're almost there. Drag it down a little bit at the bottom. All right. Tap on at the top where it says shape, choose the color. Oh no, not there. Go back to tap again on the circle. In the middle. On your picture, yeah. Tap on that, and then on the top left corner on your page, on this page itself, you see where it says shape?
Yes.
Go to the right of that, go to where it says has a picture of the, yep, tap on that color. Yep. Choose black. Yep.
Okay.
So you can drag it out a little further.
You covered it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then now you can go back to the elements.
And add something else.
Add that church that you wanted to put. Yep, tap that in there. Yep.
But that's a pro.
It doesn't matter. It'll still join. And now hit the color of it at the top. Where's color? Yeah, the black circle.
Okay.
Hit white.
There it is.
Boom.
That's what I want.
All right.
That's what I want. That's what I envisioned.
There you go.
Simple, but maybe change the font or something like
Yeah,
that.
you can play around with it. Yep. You can play around with it. Yep.
That's what I want for on our polos.
Okay. There you go. But you got the concept. And there may be more church designs that you might like other churches. So you can kind of keep playing around, see what other
And
churches.
that's $15. It's not $10.
What?
It's $15 a month for Canva.
Oh, is that what it is? 15? Okay, for pro.
I
I'm sorry. Yeah.
signed up when it was a special. Sometimes they have.
You found a special?
No, sometimes like when you sign up for certain subscriptions, sometimes they could be running a special. So
Yeah,
maybe
it might. I don't remember. I don't know how. I have to be honest. I don't remember how much I'm paying. It just comes out my account. I'm sorry.
And you've had it so long, you might be on that.
I honestly don't. It probably is 15, but I don't know. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? I know it's late. I don't want to keep you on longer. I apologize. I want to be respectful of your time.
We pay for your time.
I want to make sure respect your time. I got you. So everybody's good.
yeah.
Right. So real quick, let's end with this last piece because I want to make sure so we can stick with Tuesday or we can change. So I know for some of y'all Tuesdays isn't good. So what's a good, because do you want to, now here's the beauty of this. We can do it next week. We can give you more time if you want. It's up to you. I'm not here to rush you and say, hey, you need to rush and cram this in. We can spread it out if you need to give you more time to play around with it. It's up to you all. If you want to do it next week or push it back a couple of weeks, what works for this group? I want to do it in a way that works for this group.
I have a rough time with, because like I'm at the church and prayer meeting is going on now. So that's my only thing.
The Tuesdays aren't good for you. Okay. All right. Is there another day that's better for you?
Later is better or earlier, a half hour earlier. And then if
either 7 o'clock or what?
Or 8:15.
All right. Okay. Any day?
That's 9:15 for you all. So
okay,
that's
I got
a problem.
That's right.
That might be a problem.
So 7 o'clock our time is good for you, or 9? Okay. But is there any other days of the week that are good for you?
Wednesday,
7 o'clock.
Friday.
Again, okay. So 7 o'clock time frame. So 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock our time. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Anyone else? Any preferences?
Tuesday,
No, Monday. Monday. My Mondays are open for a little bit.
7? Okay. Cool.
Tuesday, Wednesday evenings.
Tuesday, Wednesday is better for you. Okay. Anybody else? Any preferences?
I'm pretty flexible, but no Fridays.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, and that's tough for you. Friday is tough for you.
Yeah, I mean sunset's so early now, so late now. I'm good, but yeah.
Wednesday at 7 is good for me.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I could do
Okay.
Wednesday.
Where did Angela go?
Angela's probably still playing around with it on her phone. She's on the
No,
phone.
yeah, but I hear you.
Yeah, I know. That's just, I know what she was doing. I see she's on the app on the phone. All right. So then Wednesday at 7, usually I'm doing a presentation for the company. Would you be able to
Oh,
do
that's
would you be
right.
able to do later
That's
on?
right.
Are you able to do later on Wednesdays, Jamie?
I am.
So 8 o'clock on Wednesdays is good?
Yeah, it's good for me.
All right, is eight good for everybody for Wednesday? Does that work for everybody? Is that fine? 8 o'clock Wednesday?
8
That's
her
good.
time or 8 our time?
Our time.
8, yes, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So real quick, just to clarify, do you want to do it next week or you want to do it, give yourselves more time?
Next
I
week
want to
is
get,
good.
I want to get it done. I need
Yep.
shirts.
I got you. Next week's good for me. It's fine. All right. So next week, Wednesday, 8 o'clock. We're good?
Okay, that's the 18th.
Yep.
8
So I
p.m.
got one question though.
Yep.
So we're not going to use canvas shirts. Okay.
Or you use
That-
Canva's just your platform to create your designs.
okay. Because they did say $20, and I was like,
Yeah. That's just where you create your designs. Yeah, that's it. I got you for the next platform. That's what we'll introduce you next platform next week. All right.
okay. I just wanted to know.
Yep, you're good. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna let y'all get to it. I have another call I gotta make. I appreciate
All
everybody.
you.
right, thanks, Coach.
All right,
All
thank
right,
you.
hope
Good
this
weekend,
is helpful.
everybody.
Good night.
All right, y'all.
Thank
night.
you. Have a good weekend,
every
everybody. Happy
day?
Father's Day,
Yes.
because it is
Yeah.
Father's Day weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If you can dream with God, you can achieve it. So let's go out. Let's make our dreams our reality. Because you know what?
You deserve it.
Be
I
blessed, y'all.
deserve it.
Yes, indeed.
Uh-uh.
Have a good
All
night.
All
Have a
right,
y'all.
good one.
night. Good
Bye
night.
bye.